I am back. Rodriguez for Black and White Network. We're going to talk about Joe Rogan and MSNBC and CNN. And we're going to talk about the fact that they have lost so much credibility over time. Joe Rogan called them out on a show recently over the narrative that CNN tried to hang him with, and every other mainstream media outlet tried to hang him with when he got COVID. Now, I don't know if you guys remember that. Joe Rogan got COVID. He went on his podcast. His damn podcast, by the way. His podcast, they were probably butthurt that he gets more listeners than every viewer they get for an entire week in one day, but okay. He went on his podcast and gave what he was doing to treat said COVID. And everybody lost their mind, including leftists on Twitter. They started going on fact-finding missions, trying to find something they could hang him with to try to take him down and cancel him. And they finally came up with the greatest hits compilation of him saying the N-word while telling stories. It was in context, but of course, that's not how that works. They found the N-words, they put them all together, and ran it out there. Now, 11 million people listen to Joe Rogan a day, a damn day. 55 million a week. Now, I don't know if my math is right, but is that 220 a month? 220 million a month? Jesus. So, CNN and MSNBC have plummeted on their ratings, and they're going down the toilet. In fact, there may be a Don Lemon floating around in my toilet right now, for all I know. Probably has some corn kernels stuck in his hair. I don't know. Joe Rogan goes off on CNN. They lost a F-load of credibility. I'm trying to curb my usage of F-bombs on here. I'm trying. I do like a good F every now and then, a good heart F. And then, I don't smoke anymore, so anyway. Podcast legend Joe Rogan slammed CNN during a broadcast this week over their coverage of medication that he took during the COVID pandemic. Oh my God, he took it. He took the horse paste. My God. Rogan made the remarks about the drug Ivermectin, a drug that has literally been given to everybody known to man for all kinds of reasons in the history of the world, which Rogan's going to point out. But that's not what you heard from the media now, is it? Rogan made remarks about the drug Ivermectin while talking to guest Russell Brand. I've got to watch this one. A noted comedian, actor, and fellow podcast host. He's got a big one. It's over on Rumble. Quote, when you had CNN and MSNBC and all of these different cable news networks calling it horse dewormer when it was a drug that won the Nobel Prize for the inventor of it, he said. It's a drug that has had billions, literally billions of prescriptions filled. It's a drug that saved lives and drug that's on the World Health Organization's list of essential medicines. And for them to have the gall and the sheer audacity to just out and out lie to people about what a medication is and its use on humans far more than it's used on horses. And I'm going to tell you, it's not just CNN. When this thing happened, you could get on Twitter and it was a dumpster fire over the fact that he was taking horse dewormer. That's all you heard. And I was like, yeah, but ivermectin is prescribed for all kinds of things involving humans. But you never saw that anywhere. It was only for horses. And I was like, so you bitches are just lying. All of you. You're going out there and just lying to everybody. The few viewers that were still watching at that point. Rogan said CNN pushed the narrative because they were beholden to the people that give them exorbitant amounts of money and advertising revenue. And they effing, you know what? There's a clip. Let's watch it.
Blatant lies that CNN was telling about it. when you had CNN and MSNBC and all these different cable news network shows calling it horse dewormer, when it was a drug that won the Nobel Prize for the inventor of it, is a drug that has had billions, literally billions of prescriptions filled.
Yeah, yes.
It's a drug that saved lives, a drug that's on the World Health Organization's list of essential medicines.
Amen.
And for them to have the gall and to have the sheer audacity to just out and out lie to people about what a medication is. And it's used on humans far more than it's used on horses. And that they were calling that horse dewormer to try to mock me because they knew that I was unvaccinated and I kicked COVID very quickly. And they did not want that narrative out there. And they were beholden to their handlers. They were beholden to the people that give them exorbitant amounts of money in advertising revenue.
Word.
And they fucking followed in line, and they all piled on, and they lost a fuckload of credibility from it. I mean, if you look at the way people who saw that, how many people saw that and would go, oh my God, they're just lying.
Yeah.
They're just lying. Like, there's no excuse for that.
And we know millions of people knew they were lying. I mean, listen to this. And they changed my filter. They turned me yellow on television. Like they took the original video of me and ran it through a filter to make me look horrible. It's really, they did some wild shit, but that wild shit that they did cost them credibility. I just don't think they understood the landscape when they were doing that. They just didn't give a damn. They had an election going on or about to go on. Once again, a deadly disease comes sauntering its ass out of China during an election year. Trump hates China. I mean, who don't? Or, well, lefties don't. I mean, somewhere Hunter Biden is probably cradling the balls of somebody from China as we speak so he can get paid. Laptop. But the point is that disease came out of China during an election year. All of a sudden, states, are leftist states, are changing their election laws everywhere. I mean, it seemed like you could vote just any old kind of way in all of these different states all of a sudden. And next thing you know, we know how the result of that came out. Supposedly, right? So, yeah, Joe Rogan's right. They didn't like the fact that he had the reach that he had, and he dropped that little nugget out there about what he was taking. Everybody lost their minds, and they tried to cancel him. And do you know what happened? I can tell you what happened, because he talked about this on other shows. He gained 2 million new subscribers during that entire fiasco, just because he went on his show and he said, this is what I am taking when I got this. Not when you got this, not when he got this, not when the two gals sitting across from me got this. What Joe Rogan got. And this is how he treated it. And everybody's head started spinning off. Oh my God, misinformation, disinformation, blah, 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 blah. Elon did not own Twitter then. Can you imagine if he already had that? Of course, I still wonder, well, how would the election have turned out if he owned Twitter already? We don't know, right? So, Joe Rogan goes out there, everybody gets mad at him, and CNN, that was their ratings were already eroding by that juncture, but we know they've fallen off a cliff since then. It's crazy. It's crazy. Tell me what you think, Black and White Network supporters. Joe Rogan once again throwing a leftist organization under the bus and then backing the bus over on top of them and then driving off. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Black and White Network supporters, make sure you go over and check out the Black and White Network merchandise store. 25% off USA First, 25% off USA First. Go now.